All right, now we're ready for the championship match. 30 to the winner, 15 to the runner-up. A handshake. And it'll be Steelsmith in his 4th game, while Brian Voss has stayed loose by occasionally throwing a ball and then coming here now, ready for action.
Wow, what an opening shot by Steelsmith. He just bushwhacks the whole rack. Shot we haven't seen all day. Almost everything has been solid when a guy got a strike. A very confident start against one of the great ones.
Look where Voss is set up for this shot. Two for 5-7, though.
Interesting observation, Chris. He's way far left on the approach. As you see, 7 rounds, 56 games. And he sends the ball wide on this right-hand lane. Remember, we said it's tighter. And Voss does not get back to the pocket. What a tough start as he chops a 2-4-5 off the 7. And one other interesting thing we can follow here, Chris, when I heard him hit those pins and knock 6 downs, he had a broken pin. Not these pins, but in the original rack, there was a broken pin. And he'll shoot that rack every single time. There's 20 pins in a rack. So Steelsmith will bowl on the right-hand lane with 10 solid pins. Voss, unless he changes something, will bowl against a broken pin. Interesting.
That's the comeback of a champion who's been idled off to the right as tournament leader, having to wait through 3 matches, whereas his opponent, Rick Steelsmith, has won 3 and had to bowl his heart out in order to do it. Rick coming up high on the right lane. He has left the 6-10. 3 matches, defeating Tom Chris, a non-winner, but then he went in against 2 heavyweights, Norm Duke and Wayne Webb, and advanced to the finals. Beautiful. Here's Bo.
Thank you, Chris. Wayne, you're throwing the ball really well. You start off with 4 in a row, and then it all fell apart, especially right there at the end.
You know, when I left the 9-pin, I dropped the ball going for the spare and obviously missed it. And the right lane had a little hang on it, and I knew if I pushed it to the gutter, it was probably going to fall in. So what did I do? I pushed it to the gutter and it fell in. You know, but what are you going to do? I think I played him wrong. I should have played in. Can't go back on it now. It was just a good week. I was happy to be here.
Good performance. Good luck in Erie. Back to you, Chris.
Well, an attitude that has helped him win 19 titles and get into the PBA Hall of Fame. Wayne Webb. Here now, Rick Steelsmith has left the 10-pin on the left lane. Next week in Erie, a different time, 1 p.m., 12 Central, instead of our usual starting time of 3 p.m. Eastern.
Let's hear if we can hear the sound of that broken pin. That'll cut down your pin action, give you less pop. Did not hear it on that particular shot, but if Brian Voss recognizes that, he can stop the action and ask them to check the pins, and basically you take them out and just tap them on the ground, see which one's broken, and have it replaced.
So, can he do that?
Yes, he can. Now, he may not be aware that there's a broken pin, and I'm not saying it will have a negative effect, but it has no positive effect. And if it was me that heard it, I would stop the action, because you just don't get the bounce with once a pin is broken. And it happens often. I mean, pins are not there forever.
Well, Bo, you worked around those 10 pins a lot as a youngster growing up.
I set them by hand.
You ought to know the sound.
Well, we may hear it again.
All right. Strike for Voss, and we'll be back. The PBA National Championship is reaching or nearing its halfway point. Here is Rick Steelsmith, leading by 10. Six strikes in his first victory, 7 strikes in his second, 7 in his third.
Attended Wichita State on a bowling scholarship and is also the recipient of the 1987 Billy Whaley Memorial Scholarship, which helped get him through college and become one of the great players today. Once again, he has never won a singles championship other than the Masters, which is a match game championship, when he was an amateur.
Smiling at that 8-pin.
All right, just throws the ball through the break here. A little adrenaline flowing, and he's been kind of feathering the ball down there, controlling his power. This time he winds up with that high backswing and just slings it through the break and gets an easy spare to shoot at, the 8-pin. He will maintain his 10-pin lead.
And checking the surface for his slide on the left lane as Voss is ready to go to work, and he has a strike up in the 4th, and now he shoots in the 5th frame, and he can make it even.
Well, we saw Wayne Webb send one off into the moat, and here Brian Voss throwing the ball over. The second arrow kind of hangs in the thumb. He slips onto what we kind of call the out of bounds here on the Pro Bowlers Tour, and that's what makes that outside unplayable. Slips off into the gutter, but he needs to collect his thoughts. He's right in this match, and actually is used to, with this lane condition we have out here right now, throwing some gutter balls. So make the spare, and you'll only trail by 10. Well, in reality, that first ball was as good as 9. Look at the scoreboard. You could have got a solid 10-pin there in the 4th frame and made the spare, and the 5th frame and made the spare, and he'd had the same result. So he's right back in it.